Good evening, folks. For 26 years, I have been on this campus doing one thing, and that's taking care of Arkansas State University, or trying to. For 20-some odd years, the young lady that's sitting right over there, Beth Smith, was probably one of the greatest friends I've ever had in my life, because she gave me an opportunity to serve this university every single day that I wanted to. I had the honor of 26 years of working along with 3 different executive directors. I was able to start my tenure on this board with Dr. Tom Manning. Little did I know that after that very first year, Tom would retire. But he knew exactly who to turn this over to, and it was Beth Smith. Beth, I love you. You know I do. You've been such a great friend, such a love for this university that young lady has. From Beth, I had the great opportunity to continue with Lindsay. Lindsay Burnett. Stand up, Lindsay. Once again, this university knew who to turn to lead this alumni association. It could not be in better hands. Lindsay, I thank you for what you have done. I got to pick on a couple of guys, though. As it was mentioned, 20-some odd years we've done the watering hole on this campus, reaching out to every student that we can think of, every student that would step on this campus. We wanted them to know they were home. This is home. I heard somebody say at one time, my gosh, this isn't a university. This is just a group of people that are family. We are family at Arkansas State University. We always will be. It was mentioned where we're standing today, this Cooper Alumni Center. This Cooper Alumni Center would not be here today if it hadn't have been for the fortitude of the board that stood in classrooms prior to this every Saturday that we had a meeting and discussed how and when and where we were going to have our home on this campus. Folks, you're sitting in our home. People such as Bob Earwood. If Bob hadn't been on the board at the time with his expertise in building these types of buildings, we wouldn't be here today. But what a great opportunity that people like Bob, serving on this board, was able to perform and do to make this happen and make it a reality for all of us. Over 20 years I stood here as a board member and had the opportunity to say a prayer that opened up this meeting for many years. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget the ones that allowed me to do that. I'll never forget the people in this room today that I have had the privilege of serving with and working with diligently. And going forward, Margot is one of them. Margot has been such a stalemate in being right here to make sure that this campus continues to go and that this university alumni can do what we're here to do. Serving with Paul has just been unbelievable. The 2 people I want to pick out, though, I want Tommy Fowler to stand up and I want Paul Holmes to stand up. These 2 individuals will always be known as the Ice Men Cometh. For years, we have carried no telling how much water, how much ice, and how much sweat we have poured in the summertime in August trying to make sure that every child got a water if they wanted it, and every parent if they wanted it. Because, again, we wanted to make sure that they understood that they were bringing their children to the right place. And this is the right place, Arkansas State University. What a love we all have. George, you couldn't have said it any better. The love that you have for this institution, the love that I think that we have, the love that Dennis has shared when he has his opportunity, it's instilled in us. We have come home, haven't we? This is home. I have some people I'd like to recognize, and then I'll get off this podium. I would like my family to stand. I want you to look at this generations of miles to come ahead of us. But we have a saying, there's been a saying in my family for as long as I can remember, since I have been married to Paula. And there are so many of you that know Paula, because she too has given her life to this institution. 33 years she stayed right here on this campus and worked diligently to make sure that Arkansas State is what it is today. And I would never have been able to do what I have done throughout my lifetime without her by my side, and knowing that her words of wisdom have been for me for many, many years. Stay the course. Stay the course. Paula, thank you so much. I love you with all my heart. Thank you.